98FM.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98FM.
Influencers. I know a lot of you listening to the show are very interested in influencers. I'm sure you follow these influencers on Instagram.
What is an influencer? For people, that's a word that's been thrown around. It's a new word, actually, that's been thrown around the last 2 years. What is an influencer for people who don't know what an influencer is?
Okay, an influencer is anybody that has a social media account that has a huge following. Mm-hmm. And myself and Adrian have social media accounts that have huge followings, but we're not influencers.
No.
The idea is that these people can influence you to buy something. So, say for instance, you look up Irish influencers and you have names. Rosie Connolly, who we're going to be talking about in a second. You've a fella called James Patrice, James Kavanagh as well. So these are people who are, for one, I don't like to call them famous because they're not famous. They are internet famous within Ireland.
Yeah.
And some of them are makeup influencers, some of them are fashion influencers, some are fitness influencers. And then some just put up stupid videos on Snapchat, and that's what they're famous for. So that's what an influencer is, for those of you who don't know. They basically have... I've always doubted their online followers. I think they buy a lot of their followers. Not all of them, but I think some of them do buy a lot of their followers. But one influencer, and it's slightly unfair that this woman should be picked out of the group of them because they're all guilty of this bullshit, to be honest with you. But one particular influencer ended up in the news yesterday. Her name
and this is Rosie Connolly.
Her name is Rosie Connolly. She's an influencer, or a blogger, as she likes to be known. On her Instagram, she has 190,000 followers.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Now, what does she do to earn them?
I don't know. She's a blogger.
Okay, yeah.
She writes about fashion and beauty and lifestyle. That's what she says. Anyway, 190,000 of you seem to like this particular woman. But Rosie had a complaint upheld against her yesterday because she used a misleading image on her Instagram account, and somebody filed a complaint, and the complaint was upheld. So basically what happened was Rosie put up a photograph on Instagram, I believe, which was advertising a certain brand of makeup. And Rosie, I don't know what the post said, but she put the post up on Instagram, and it was deemed that the photograph that she put up on her Instagram was in fact doctored. It was photoshopped or filtered, which a lot of us do. Before I put a photograph up on my Twitter page or Facebook, sometimes I put a bit of filter on it myself, I'm sure.
Really?
Ah, yeah, everybody filters.
How vain is that?
Everybody filters. But
everybody
the point
doesn't.
is, I'm not blagging the new makeup that you can get. Anyway, the Advertising Standards Authority basically said it was wrong for a blogger like Rosie Connolly, who was promoting a makeup, to use a filtered image.
They say it exaggerated the effects of an advertised product. So it was basically saying the photograph, because it was doctored, made the effects of this particular makeup look much better than it probably actually is.
Now, as I said, she's not alone. It's just unfortunate that she was the one that was called out. She was advertising a Rimmel product, and it was done for false advertising. There's loads of fitness bloggers that make their muscles. There's one particular fitness blogger that I follow on Instagram, and he literally uses an app to make his muscles look bigger, and he's... No, but that's how pathetic is he? And he's promoting a fitness job that he has. Yet he's inflating his muscles using an app on the phone. I mean, it's time we came down on these influencers and bloggers, because a lot of them are full of shit. Excuse me, French.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Would you agree?
Yeah, totally.
We agree on something.
Yeah, I think it's such a fake world that they inhabit.
But they're huge. They're absolutely huge. I mean, a certain influencer went to a Dublin school this week. Did you hear this story?
No.
You know, when you're in school, in transition year or whatever, 6th years, important people come to visit you in school. I remember when we were in transition year in school, we got a guest speaker to come along, and she was a woman who had been in Auschwitz. She survived the Holocaust.
Okay, yeah.
And she stood in front of the whole year and spoke about the horrors of being in a concentration camp and how difficult it was. And we sat there as a school, in awe at what she was talking to us about. Well, during the week, Adrian, I don't know if you saw this in the news, during the week a school on the south side of Dublin invited someone along to their school to give a talk to the students. Who do you think it was?
Obviously an influencer of some sort.
It was an influencer.
And who's this person?
I'm trying to actually remember her name. That's how important this woman is in my life. Her name is... Sarah Godfrey is her name.
Never heard of her.
Well, I never heard of her either, but she's more Instagram followers than you have.
That wouldn't be hard.
But her name is Sarah Godfrey, and she was invited along to a school, Muckers school, to give a talk to the girls. So obviously the point I'm trying to make is young ones look up to these girls who parade around Instagram in bikinis and show off new dresses and makeups. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear how Dubliners, how our listeners feel about influencers. So here's the question I'm going to ask you. When you think of the word influencer, what is the first word that pops into your head? Okay, when I mention influencer, like Rosie Connolly, I don't know if that girl Sarah Godfrey is an influencer, but she certainly has a strong social media presence. So when I mention influencer to you, what word pops into your head?
All right, text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. When you think of the word influencer, what word pops into your head? Text it to us right now on 0877 98 98 98. And I'd be very interested to see if anybody has anything nice to say. If you think influencers are the best things in sliced bread, text whatever you think to 0877 98 98 98.
And I mean, here's the problem nowadays is that your popularity and how famous you supposedly are is judged by how many Instagram followers you have. I'm just looking at my Instagram account here. Do you follow me on Instagram, by the way?
I have an Instagram account, but I never use
Jared
it.
Dixon, follow me.
No,
I follow you on Instagram.
I never use the bloody thing.
I have less than 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh, so you're not an influencer?
And Rosie Connolly has 190,000. So by the laws of average, Rosie Connolly is 190 times more important and more famous than I am.
Yes, well, that wouldn't be hard now.
That wouldn't be hard.
No.
And that's the problem. People are now being judged by the amount of followers they have, and it's actually pathetic. It's vacuous, isn't it?
We got a message in just a second ago, and it says, Adrian, isn't it pathetic? Gone are the days when people would become famous for writing a brilliant book, for an amazing feat of engineering, for advances in medical science or the humanities. Now you're famous for a self-released porn, makeup, or being a sad blogger. No, he's right.
Let's not be too hard. I can't stand influencers either, okay? I think they're losers, okay? But let's not be too hard on them because they have a job to do as well. That's their job. They may look at your job, Adrian, and say, well, you're a loser. You sit here talking to people on the radio every day. What have you done to change the world? What's so important about your job, Adrian? What's so important about my job?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. That's their job. And they're obviously very popular. People, I don't know anybody who likes them. But I would imagine, seemingly when that girl, Sarah Godfrey, arrived at the school, there was young ones running around after her looking for selfies with her. Oh, I need to get a selfie. Oh my God, look who's here. She's so famous on Instagram. Gonna get a selfie with you. So maybe among that age group of vacuous, stupid teenagers, maybe these people are gods. But for the likes of you and for me, Adrian, they're mindless fools.
Oh.
But maybe you're just out of touch. You're out of touch.
What?
You're out of touch.
No,
like the song from the 90s. You're out of touch. And I'm out of touch.
Is that what it is? Or are these is this just a trend? I just don't like it. I think it's pathetic. I really do. And I think it's pathetic.
Well, why don't you buy 10,000 fake Instagram followers from Botswana or something like that?
You're grand. Okay, here's one here. I'd like to get this person on the air. When I hear influencer, I think fair play to them. A smart way to make money, and all hate is just begrudgery.
Okay, text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. What word pops into your mind when you think of influencer? And I just want to read out this person says please don't call, so I'm not going to call them, but I want to read out this text. It's quite serious, and it says, I suffer terribly from postnatal depression after my second child. I thought the bloggers' lives were perfect. Their hair is perfect. Their skin is perfect. Their tan is perfect. And the lives they lead, constant new clothes, etc. I thought I had a crap life. It actually, it actually made me feel suicidal. I unfollowed them all. And the bloggers' unveiled page is so important, says that person. Now, to that person, okay, that's terrible that you felt suicidal and you had postnatal depression. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But you can't blame bloggers on your postnatal depression, and you can't blame a blogger because you felt suicidal.
No.
Nobody feels.
But what this person is saying is that it exacerbated it. It made her feel even more depressed to see all these perfect perfect people with their perfect lives, who, by the way, don't have perfect lives.
No, of course they don't. Everything is photoshopped in their pictures. Yes.
So they portray this image that isn't even real. It's not a real life. It's not a real existence, the way they portray themselves on their blogs and whatever.
Jesus, after I mentioned my Instagram account, I'm after getting 5 new followers. I'm catching up with you, Rosie. I'm on the way.
Stephen, when you hear the word influencers, what word comes into your head?
Gobshite.
Oh.
Why though? Why?
It's just, I mean, people are famous for having an iPhone these days. It's got ridiculous. It really has. And I was watching, as I just said in my text earlier on, I was watching TV3, the 6 o'clock show on TV3, where he had a Snapchat superstar on.
And who was that Snapchat superstar?
Your man Kavanagh, isn't it? Isn't it James Kavanagh? Is it James Kavanagh?
Yeah, no.
But I mean...
As I said, Peter, James Kavanagh, he's very popular on Snapchat. He's a Snapchat influencer. I don't know him from Adam.
No.
I don't follow him on Snapchat. I don't know anything about
I'm
the
being
man.
told in my ear by Katie, he's hilarious. He's very funny.
Okay, that may be and this just shows you, Peter, how maybe it's an age thing. Because I remember he comes into this building regularly to do interviews on different stations. And I remember a couple of months ago, 2 schoolgirls who were on work experience with us in 98FM came running up to me and said, "Is James Kavanagh here yet? Is James Kavanagh here yet? I want to get a selfie with him." I hadn't got a clue what they were talking about. So these people mean nothing to us. But if you're 18 or 20, these people are...
But the thing, we live in the iPhone generation now, so that's what this is all about. You know what I mean? It's everything now is all instant. As you're walking down the road, they're putting their makeup on. They're sitting in traffic putting their makeup on Snapchat.
No, I mean, if I had a daughter who was 10 years of age, Peter, and she turned around to me and I asked her what she wants to be, Stephen, and I said to her, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she said to me, "Daddy, I want to be a blogger or an influencer." I would be disgusted.
I know, but that's an age thing. It is an age thing.
But I mean, this is the thing, you see. As you were saying about people influencing other young kids, the whole lot, suicide and the whole lot. They're listening to these people and they think that their life is so great, the grass is greener on the other side, and it's not. And they're giving them false hope of the way they can grow up and they get themselves an iPhone, and everybody wants to be on Snapchat, and everybody wants to be a Snapchat superstar overnight. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. It's famous for being famous now. It's gone.
Okay, and how do you feel about... I mean, I'm looking at some of my photographs on my Instagram account, and all of them...
I've seen some of them.
Yeah, relax there. I know, some of them are freak show, okay? But a lot of the photographs I put up on my Instagram, I filtered to maybe make myself look a bit younger. But
why do you even do that?
Everybody adds a filter to the photographs.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I never have.
Yeah, it shows, Adrian.
I don't. I'm not that vain that I feel the need to...
Yeah, but your face looks
yeah,
like...
but you're right. Everybody puts everything is filtered before it goes on to filter.
Yes, everybody...
Now, we're saying that, I know Rosie Connolly. I've met her a few times. She's a lovely girl and all that. She really is a nice person in the whole. But she is just basically trying to run a business, and as the way they see it, it's a business. But to me now, I mean, it's the world gone crazy. It's an iPhone generation, you know.
Okay, stay there for 1 second, because Amy, you are a blogger yourself.
I am indeed, yeah.
Now, if I were to
By the way, we've more bloggers in Ireland than pubs. That's actually true. We actually do. In fact, we've more bloggers in Ireland than lampposts. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I agree with you there as well.
Okay, what sort of things do you promote? What do you do?
My blog is a beauty blog, kind of a beauty and lifestyle. I blog a little bit about everything, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But like that, like I said in the message there, I feel like my blog is only a little bit smaller than the other ones, and I feel like they decide for everybody else.
And have you ever bought followers? I mean, are you on Instagram, are you?
I'm on Instagram, yeah, I'm on Facebook, Snapchat, the whole lot, but I've never bought any followers.
Honestly, now, because no blogger's ever going to...
Honestly,
okay.
No, never.
You see, the thing that always amazes me is how somebody can have 190,000 or 630,000 followers without having some fake ones in there.
No,
somewhere.
they have to. Well, I mean, when that news came out about that girl, Rosie Connolly, I asked a couple of my friends and family, do you know who she is? And they'd never heard of her. I mean...
Yeah, but if you ask an 18-year-old girl, she will most definitely have heard of her.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's the difference.
Yeah. But I think you can tell by their Instagram feeds as well. Like, they have 200,000 followers, and if you look at their pictures, they only have 2,000 likes.
Yes. Well, let me read a message and let me get your opinion on this, okay? These individuals are contributing to the mental health crisis by showing unrealistic expectations of life, be it with their looks, money and possessions. Instead, people shouldn't follow them and should be finding contentment in their own lives and stop trying to live like these muppets who probably haven't done a hard day's work like the average individual. Taking pictures of their breakfast isn't work.
Have you ever taken a photograph of your breakfast, Jamie?
No, not really, no.
You see, to
what I think there when she said about the whole mental health thing, I don't like. We all know that everybody's life is not perfect. Behind closed doors, we don't know what goes on. So I think in that aspect, it's not all what it's made out to be. Yeah, and I can understand sometimes when people think, it looks perfect from the Instagram feed, but it's not always like that.
Yep.
And would you put up a bad photograph of yourself on social media?
I would, yeah.
Oh, really? I wouldn't. See,
but that's so vain.
I go on to Snapchat, I go on to Instagram with no makeup on, hair in a mess, sweaty, the whole lot. I couldn't care.
Oh, no, on Instagram I look like a freak show. I really do. Or not on Instagram, on Snapchat. The camera does me no favours. Isn't it safe to say, though, that everybody, Amy, wants a photograph of themselves online that they look good in? Nobody wants a bad photograph of themselves.
I can honestly tell you, I took a photograph of somebody the other day, yeah? And I was told to take it again.
Yeah, Jamie who works in our show.
No, it was somebody else.
Oh, was it?
And I was told to take it again because it didn't look good.
That was Jamie.
It wasn't Jamie, it was somebody else.
Well, who was it?
Mind your own business. I'm trying to tell a story. And I was told to take the photograph again because it didn't look. Now, I find that so vain.
No, it's not.
It's unreal.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah,
I really find it just pathetically vain. Oh,
but
for example, on Facebook earlier on, I put up a photograph that I took yesterday with friends of mine in town, yeah? I didn't once look at the photograph to see do I look well in it. I just put the bloody thing up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just find it that vanity.
But there's sometimes
pathetic.
that someone can take a photograph of you and it's a bad angle or it catches you doing a bad.
Who cares?
What?
Who cares?
Yeah, I'd be like that though. I'd be like, who cares? I don't care. There's videos of me there. I have 2 kids myself. There's videos of me on social media having a stretch mark reduction treatment on my stomach, and I was literally only 5 months after having my little fella, and that wouldn't bother me at all. And that video is publicly shared all over YouTube. So stuff like that, wouldn't bother me at all.
No, you and me both. Where you put a photograph up on social media and you filter it and put makeup on yourself and put more hair in your head. And
I haven't found the app to put more hair, but nobody likes. Have you ever cut yourself looking? Have you ever seen your sex face, Adrian?
No.
Well, I have. In the
my
bed.
Sex face?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen your sex. No, we used to have.
How that happened?
We used to have in our bedroom, in the marital bedroom in our house. Yeah, we used to have one of those long mirrors. You know the full length mirrors.
Yes.
On the stand. And I remember one day myself and my wife were getting down and dirty. Yeah. And I happened to catch a glimpse of my face in the mirror in the throes of passion. And Jesus Christ, I broke that mirror in half. I did. That mirror's gone in the bin. The point I'm trying to make is.
What is the point you're trying to make?
The point I'm trying to make is...
The point you're trying to make is you're extremely vain that you can't put up a photograph without doctoring it. It's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, says this message, from a water accident. And influencers helped by just being relatable. I now am a swim instructor and a personal trainer. I wouldn't say I'm an influencer, but I've had people text me thanking me for being encouraging. I think the people that are doing it right deserve recognition, says that message.
Yes, it's when they lie to you. That's the problem. But let's not throw out the mental health card and blame influencers on mental health issues.
I didn't, but somebody else did. But that's somebody who feels that way.
No, I find...
You can't diss their opinion.
I'm not...
But they feel that that lady feels her post-traumatic... or her... what was it? Her postnatal depression was added to by seeing these people with their perfect lives.
That's very unfair. That's very unfair to put that. But sure, could you not say to that woman as well, don't walk down Grafton Street as well, because you're going to see a load of thin, skinny women who look absolutely beautiful. It's ridiculous.
And can I just say, I just got a message that was sent in to us just a moment ago.
Yes.
And we were talking earlier on about don't leave your dog in the car on a day like today. And lo and behold, what do we get? A photograph in from one of our listeners taken in Dublin in the last hour of 2 dogs in a car. It's disgusting. Seriously, if you have a dog...
To Jack Russell.
Yeah, it is. Oh no, it's only 1 dog, sorry. But don't leave your dog in the car. Seriously. Windows open or not. There is no excuse for it. Just don't bring the dog out. People need to stop blaming others for their own insecurities and problems, says that message.
Yes, I mean, when I look at a photograph of, say, your man, fitness man, Rob Lipsett, online, and I see that he's ripped and that doesn't make me depressed. It makes me want to work harder to be like him.
And finally, completely agree with that woman. You can blame bloggers for promoting a fake lifestyle. All some of them do is promote the importance of having a rich boyfriend and the buying of a pair of boobs to make you pretty.
Well, in fairness, having a rich boyfriend is very important.
Now, just one last call. Peter, you're on 98FM. How are you, Peter?
One word, sad.
Sad?
Yeah, I think it's very sad. And and a lot of contribution to the sadness of the lives is that there's so many fake bloggers now. And what they're doing is they're advertising just products. You know, I have an Instagram account and mine is just basically based around what I do in my spare time, which is I do triathlons.
Right.
And I follow a lot of triathletes. And I used to be inspired by a lot of them, but now all they do is blog about their products. So
it's all about shoving products down your throat.
That's pretty much what it is. And like what you were saying about the fake muscles, the fake everything pretty much fake, you know, all these bikes that they're getting and stuff, and you know, you need to make them want to get them. So for me, it's all about the advertising now.
Peter, I know you're a triathlon person. I was asked to do a triathlon a few years ago, and I looked at a video of it online. It looks absolutely horrific. For those people who don't know, a triathlon is a race that's broken down to 3 parts. It's running, cycling, and swimming, and I don't know how you guys do it.
No, neither
it's
do
horrific.
I have to say, you have my utmost admiration.
It's tough going, but you know what? I find it easier to do a triathlon than to run a long distance race, to be honest with you.
Well, Adrian couldn't run a bath.
I did run a bath, but I stopped running a bath because of the nice weather.
The water conservation.
Yes, indeed.
Water conservation, absolutely.
Yep.
Are you one of these people that does those hell and back things as well?
I done them years ago. I don't do them anymore because you know you can get injured quite easily. But they're very tough.
Now, I admire people that can do all that. Yeah, I think I think you're great, but I don't get it. Why would you want to punish yourself through
running
like
through muck?
There's a massive sense of achievement from doing something that you've never done before.
I get a massive sense of achievement when I walk the length of Howth Pier.
Jesus,
there you go. But that's your trail. You mightn't walk the Howth Pier every day. You know what I mean?
When was the last time you did something that you could look back and say, I'm proud of what I did? When was it?
Yesterday's radio show.
What?
Very proud of that.
What?
Yeah, I thought it was great, yeah.
No, I'm talking about a real achievement. When was the last time you achieved something that you didn't think? When's the last time you tested your body?
When I was about 12...
come on, the shower's only a couple of hours long. Come on.
When I was about 12, I cycled from Ballybrack into town.
No, but you don't do anything outside your comfort zone. That's your problem. You were stuck in your little comfort zone. You hate being outside your comfort zone. You will never do anything. Why don't you?
What? What do you want me to do?
Why don't you sign up for a triathlon for September? Why don't you sign up for
I don't want to.
For a hell and back?
I don't want to.
Why don't you try even doing a 10k run?
Because I'm as happy as a pig in you know what. I don't need to challenge myself like that to be happier or more content.
I think
Let me read out one more message. Lads, does Jeremy really filter all his pictures?
Yeah.
I can't stop laughing.
Yes, I do the face smoothing thing, and I do a bit of saturation on them as well. And
it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic.
So are all your wedding photographs then?
They were taken by an uncle of mine, and we didn't doctor them at all.
Don't believe that.
Except for light. That was all.
Why are you doctoring light?
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98FM.